What's up YouTube, Core51 here, time for another video, and it's in regards to a little thing that's kind of sweeping the net lately. Yeah, it's that, that SMT Cross Fire Emblem trailer that's just doing the rounds. It's getting really polarizing reception, which I find it odd. I actually find it really strange, for a number of reasons. One, I mean, the fact that this game is not dead is good enough for me. I'm happy that when games are just so silent for so long, just suddenly pop up and grab media attention is what I like the most. But it also asks a lot of questions, like how did this, what we saw just come into existence from this amazing teaser trailer that we got 2 years ago, 3 or 2 years ago, like a while ago. So I'm here to pretty much answer your questions because Silicon Era and a cool company called Traduco, who do like English translations. They're doing English translations for a few PSP games at the moment, which I am quite looking forward to. Which the biggest one being Conception 1, because oddly enough, I enjoyed Conception 2, even though that was a weird journey for me. Not in its content, it's gameplay, where it's just, man, I never felt grind hurt so much than playing that game. But regardless, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Shin Megami Cross Fire Emblem game, which has now been rebranded Illusory Revelations #FE. Hashtag, really? Okay, I guess it's, I mean, for me, I personally would have called it Shin Megami Tensei or Illusory Revelations Fire Emblem, like it's, you know, instead of the #FE. But that's I guess that's kind of the point. It's weird that they chose that name. But pretty much here I got the article from Silicon Era, Devil Survivor producer .hack artist working on Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem game. Yeah, so you didn't know, we're actually going to get who's working on this game, and it's going to tell us the amazing story of what is happening. Okay, so I'm just going to read it. In addition to revealing a trailer for Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, or Illusory Revelations #FE, as it is called in Japan, Nintendo announced some of the development staff behind the Wii U game. Shinji Takeda, producer of the Devil Survivor series, is the producer behind Illusory Revelations #FE. The game is being developed internally at Atlus with a theme of modern Japan with characters that grow from various concerns and troubles in an RPG. While the game takes place in the real world, there is a secret fantasy world that exists in parallel with characters from the Fire Emblem series. Okay, TOI8, who worked as a character designer on .hack the movie, and a movie for the popular Chain Chronicle series, is the character designer for Illusory Revelations #FE. Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem is slated for release in winter 2015. Okay, a few things I want to talk about from just reading this article. Yes, the guy who is making Shin Megami Cross Fire Emblem is not the guy who made Shin Megami Tensei 4. Yes, that actually makes sense now if you think about it. If you guys haven't played the Devil Survivor series, those series of games takes place in modern Japan, and the gameplay is oddly enough kind of similar to the Fire Emblem series. Okay, not exactly, like don't get me wrong, but it's kind of similar. It shares some similarities. It just seemed like a no-brainer to choose this dude. He seems to know what he's doing. We knew we knew that there was a collaboration between Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. We just didn't know the extent. I mean, everyone, everyone, me kind of included, were hoping for a dark themed game. Yes, but that was all because we wanted it, not because it's actually gonna happen. This all kind of made sense. I mean, you have a team who have worked on 2 really popular games. They've gotten 2 remakes. I mean, not many games get remakes in this day and age. They got 2 remakes and deal with what probably people, the crew at Fire Emblem really were interested in, was making a modern representation of their series, but they just don't have time. I mean, Fire Emblem team, Intelligent Systems have plenty of games working on the pipeline as well, and you've also got Atlas, who are working on the pipeline as well. They've got Shin Megami. They've most certainly got another game in the Shin Megami Tensei mainline series. It's a given at this point. That series won't die. It just has to continue. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is most likely confirmed at this point, especially with the staff. I think it was the interview of the staff, the new staff members that I did, that I translated, talked about in the last couple of videos. But essentially, they're working on a game, and they're working on Persona series. The Persona series is very big. I mean, all the other series weren't being worked on that much. I mean, you still got other teams at Atlas. I mean, you have the Etrian Odyssey team. You've got like the Shin Megami Tensei team, and it kind of made sense because the Devil Survivor series hasn't actually seen a new game in the series for a while. So it kind of makes sense for them to grab Shinji Takeda and just Takeda, and let him work on this, probably his first console game. So it's a really, I guess it's probably a really ambitious title for him. But it's definitely a game that's like, it suits him in a way because he's done both the strategy RPG gameplay. He's had some experience with the Devil Survivor series, and he has a knack for making really nice modern day settings, modern day storytelling. So I think that's pretty, like, that's a really good choice. If I was working at Atlas and I had to choose between anyone, he seems like the most qualified, honestly, which is really cool for us. Like, we could definitely see in the trailer that like Devil Survivor had lots of, like, it wasn't super dark from what I remember. It was like there was actually a lot of color into it. A lot of the, especially with the character designs, that were like full of color. I remember one character had just bright blue, and like other characters were just she was really pink. You know, like, I just think that that's fine. You know, I don't think this aesthetic is ruined by it. I mean, you have to also remember that this is not a Shin Megami Tensei mainline game. Everyone thought that it was a Shin Megami Tensei mainline game. In the end, it's officially now a spin-off series in the same vein as Persona. It's got the same sort of equivalency of Persona when compared to the mainline Shin Megami Tensei series. So that's perfectly fine. I'm content with that. It's a collaboration which honestly shouldn't have, like, you never think it would happen. Fire Emblem, Shin Megami Tensei team working together, Atlas working together. Atlas seems to be doing a lot of the grunt work, but as you can see from the next interview, there's a reason for that. So onwards to the character designer. I personally have not seen Dot Hack the movie, but I also haven't played Chain Chronicle. But I do know that Chain Chronicle is very popular, because of the 3D graphics and stuff like that. So as for the character designs themselves in the trailer, I think they're appealing. I think they look really nice. I think his interpretations of classic Fire Emblem characters in a very unique style does kind of give it a lot of freshness, you know, like not a lot, you know. I'm not saying that the characters needed to be freshened up, but they do have a slight edge to them that gives it a lot more like, oh cool, oh that's Chrom, oh okay cool, oh that's Lucina, oh that's pretty cool. Like it makes you feel, oh man, like, you know, they are changing things because this is a spin-off, you know, they do have a lot of freedom for it. So that's what I think about this article. I think the Devil Survivor series is pretty close, and I wouldn't mind playing that just to confirm my theories. But you know, I think it's a really nice choice of two. Like, I don't know much about TORE 8, but like I know he's worked in Chain Chronicle. Chain Chronicle is a success because of those character designs. So I do kind of like, I see his credentials, and I'm perfectly fine with them. Let's see. So now we're on to this translated interview by Traduco. Seriously, if you guys want to check it out, check them out, man. They're pretty awesome. They've got some really cool things that we're working on. So Illusionary Revelations hashtag Fire Emblem staff interview number 1. So this is hands translated by the crew at Traduco. It's pretty much you know, Shinji Takeda. Greetings. I'm just gonna read it out loud. It's nice to meet all of you, or shall I say, see all of you again. This is Shinjiro Takeda from Atlas. Usually I am responsible for working on the Devil Survivor series, but this time I was tasked with working on the production for the upcoming crossover title, Illusory. Revelations hashtag Fire Emblem. Over 2 long years of keeping you waiting, we felt it was finally time to showcase this game. Did you have a look at the new PV? Oh, hell we did, man. It's amazing. This is the result of our collaboration work on the Fire Emblem series. I think many people will find it quite different from what they originally expected. No kidding. Originally it was very challenging for us to get the Fire Emblem aspect into the game, but we worked carefully with Nintendo to ensure it worked well and deliver the feeling you get from the series. Okay, to the extent of what he means by Fire Emblem feeling, it could either mean the support, the either strategy elements or the permadeath system. It's either those things could be lined up to it. But as I guess he understands that yes, Fire Emblem has things that are exclusive to Fire Emblem. You can't just like make a game and call it Fire Emblem. There's aspects to it to make it a Fire Emblem game. I think it's good that he understands that, which is nice, you know. You get some people who just make remakes and just don't quite understand what the source material was about. I'm looking at you, DMC. Original version, not Definitive Edition. Definitive Edition is not bad, but like I'm saying, the original version's gameplay was damn near not what people wanted. Okay, but we were told that as long as development of this title conforms with what Intelligent Systems originally would have wanted, and Atlus develops it and triumphs through it, then Atlus's work is good. Okay, so this pretty much confirms that Intelligent Systems pretty much didn't really get involved in this game. It was pretty much just a supervision role to make sure that their Fire Emblem IP wasn't mishandled or anything like that. That's actually quite interesting. That means all this work is made by Atlus. It essentially is an Atlus game. That's why you didn't actually see Intelligent Systems logo during that trailer, which I found pretty weird because in the first one it did in the teaser, but in this one no mention of it. It's just Atlus. It was following that we were able to come to a conclusion and settle on the concept for this project. As a result of this, Revelations Fire Emblem follows the basic axis of what I would say are realistic characters who suffer from many conflicts and worries in modern day Japan. In this RPG, it was capturing the feeling of Fire Emblem that was the real challenge during the development of this concept, as this is a collaboration project after all. That is true. I mean, you never think about, because most Fire Emblem games, it's always a conflict, it's always a war, you know. But the thing about like this setup is that modern day Japan does not have wars. So of course it's going to be hard to really conform, because wars give you context on what you're doing. You're attacking people, killing people. But in this case, there has to be a completely different reason for that. But to still capture that Fire Emblem spirit is pretty much a big challenge for these guys, and I respect them. I mean, how can you do that? That's sick. In this PV, many people may find it hard to understand where the essence of Fire Emblem comes into play. However, this will be explained more in the future, so please wait for a follow-up to this. Okay, so hopefully my theory is correct in what I said in the video, which essentially is that you sort of embody the spirit of the Fire Emblem characters, or maybe you get to meet them, like meet them in the other dimension that they've mentioned so many times. Like, it's clear that there is a Fire Emblem like kind of motif to some of these things. We have Fire Emblem characters that travel from the dimensions, which is the character I'm thinking of is Tiki. She clearly hangs out in the other dimension, but she somehow has a presence in the modern day Japan. She's a freaking idol, for God's sake. Hatsune no Tiki is like legit in this. So are we gonna see Marth just happily just walking down the street buying a shoujo manga or something? I don't know what the hell Marth would read, but like, are we gonna see Lucina just at like a clothes shop? Like, it's different questions that we definitely have to think about, but it's definitely cool that they're thinking along these lines to making sure that, yeah, it's hard that we're trying to do this, but we do care about the Fire Emblem fan base as well. The character designs would become the face of this project. Were designed by TOI8. I think that's how you spell his name. I don't know. Her name. His name. I don't know. He had who we had requested to assist us. Even though Illusory, Revelations Fire Emblem follows its own world and has a touch of fresh colors and poppy visuals, we wanted to make it easy to get into the world of the game, while still making it look refined and familiar to those who are fans in this series. Okay, you grab a artist who's making on modern sort of modern anime designs. I guess it makes sense. That's pretty cool that they decided that he or she wanted to work with them, because like, okay, he or she's probably a fan of both these series, so getting a chance to work with her is like a dream come true. Although only 4 characters appear in the spotlight in this PV, there are characters, some of which make a quick appearance in the PV prepared for the future, so please stay tuned. We mentioned Kiria, and yeah, I think it's Kiria is one of them. It should be noted that Revelations Fire Emblem has given us the opportunity to work with other developers. This time, in the first edition of this creators blog, you'll get to hear comments from me, the top batter of the project, but we have interviews planned with other Atlas staff and developers in the future, so we hope everyone will enjoy them as they become available. Cool, that's really nice of them, the fact that they're asking people in the team, like, to answer questions, you know. I'm hoping to hear more about the music. Please, if the guy who's doing Persona music is doing music for this, you have an instant recommendation from anyone from Persona. Like, you have instant, like Shojima, if you could. Oh no, that's the character designer. I can't remember his name. I'm such a Persona weeb and I completely forgot. I'm blanking out right now. But the guy who made the music. Oh my god, seriously, if they can get that, or anyone else really, like, bring freaking Nobuo Uematsu onto it, because, you know, he needs work as well. Just give it to him. Or not really give it to him, pay him, you know. But like, let him handle it. Like, it'd be really interesting to hear his interpretations of music. Or even get was it Motoi Sakuraba? I can't remember his name. Dude, he did like Golden Sun and Tales of series. Get him on. I don't know. Like, think outside the box. I guess they do want to keep it Atlas internal, so I guess. But like, you've got some pretty cool composers there, so may as well use them. While development has finally reached its climax, and we are celebrating that there is still a ways to go. We are working hard to bring this game to you with our staff. However, there is still some work to be done, so this game will be released this winter. We thank you for your patience. I hope to make a project with our team that everyone can enjoy. Really cool. RPG Wii U price to be announced. RP copyright. Yeah, so that's it from the interviews. A lot of stuff has been said. Really cool stuff. So the fact that the Devil Survivor series is so, like, this could be a sort of like a spiritual successor to the Devil Survivor series, because those, or modern day Japan, this game is shaping up to be manned by a team that know what they're doing. I mean, as much as a fan base says, oh no, you're doing it wrong, you should be doing it this way, this guy's done 2 really successful games. I mean, they haven't sold the numbers, but they're really high quality games. I think we should have absolute faith in this guy and Atlas, because they clearly know what they're doing. They're asking help from intelligence systems and Nintendo themselves to make sure that this conforms with what they want. And there's not a lot of JRPGs on the Wii U. I mean, like, think of it this way: like, the only one who's getting left out, honestly, is the Xbox One, but who gives it, and PC, but really, who cares about the Xbox One? For PC, I feel like there's other games that are coming out that are JRPGs, but PS3, PS4 is getting Persona 5. Wii U is getting this. You know what? I'm cool with that. I think that's fine. The Wii U does need some games, and Nintendo asked them, and they said, okay, we got Shinjiro Takeda, let's give him the job. And he looks like he's nailing it. He's got the aesthetic down. He's got the bright colors. He's trying to incorporate much of Fire Emblem's series into it as he can. So I think he's doing a bang up job. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like that button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. And yeah, in the comments below, what do you guys think? I think it's really cool. I have a lot more after thinking about it. You know, I was a bit shocked, yes. But I'm more happy now knowing the truth that the dude who made Devil Survivor is manning this game, and because of the work he's done and the credentials he's done. So I feel a lot more better. Anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day. Core 51 out.